We are back this week with another room makeover. Today we are making over my sister's dining room, starting with her dining room table. We are stripping it right down, doing a gorgeous whitewash and stain technique, and adding in some elements to make her dining room a lot more cozy. To see the full transformation, just keep watching. Well, hey y'all. I know you guys probably have no clue, but I'm actually not at my mom's house right now. I am not in North Carolina. I am actually in Texas. Sorry if I'm doing y'all wrong, but I'm in Texas for my sister. She flew me out here for my birthday and I am so excited. I'm not gonna tell you how old. I'm just kidding. I'm very grateful for every year that I get, and especially this year because I got to celebrate this weekend with my sister and her beautiful family. And while I was here, she's like, hey, you can't just relax. You need to do some work. I'm just kidding. She's actually been spoiling me like crazy. If you guys want to see everything we were up to, we were thrifting, we were eating so good, hanging out, trying some Texas barbecue, you guys can check out my Instagram at Heart and Home Crew. I have a highlight of it and we had the best time. Her dining room, it needs a little bit of life in it. It's a little bland and boring, and that's okay because I'm here and we're gonna save it. So together we are going to work and fix up her dining room table. So it basically was one of those like early 2000s, late 90s pine tables. She did the legs for me before I got here. Actually saved me so much time and work. But we are going to make over that table. We're gonna add in some new chairs, add in some beautiful shelving, add some curtains, and just give this room the warmth and coziness that it deserves. So my name is Courtney, for those of you who don't know. My channel here, Heart and Home Crew, I like to teach you guys how to put the heart into your home through DIY, thrifting, and organization. So if that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. And without further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Alright, you guys know I'm no stranger to sandpaper. I do have my mask because I have to be inside the garage because we're up so much earlier than the rest of the neighborhood and we want to be as quiet as possible. So I'm going to put my little mask on and we're going to get to sanding. I'm going to start with, I think she's an 80 grit, and then we'll go up to 150 and 220 for a nice smooth finish. So we've done this before, let's do it again. Can you guys even believe I'm in Texas, and can you also believe that I'm away from my kids? This never happens, and it has never happened, and it was a really fun weekend. But I got to work sanding this table, and you're gonna see later that I actually sanded this bottom part, but I don't have time to stain it myself, so I just got it prepped for my sister so she can finish it later. Again, I was only in town for a weekend, so we kind of had limited time with what we were doing to this dining room, but we wanted to have some fun while I was in town. So I'm just giving this a spray down with a simple degreaser. It's really nice, really clean and easy. Wiping that off, and then we're gonna start in with the 80 grit sandpaper to remove that layer. I also went in with 150 grit sandpaper just to go over anything I may have missed, and then 220 grit sandpaper just to smooth it out. This is going to be your nice final layer, so make sure you don't skip that step. And then of course I had to clean up the entire mess. Yes, I realize how insane that was, that we had to keep the garage door closed for most of this, but unfortunately it was the only way to get it done. So I cleaned up after myself, and then we're going in with my favorite whitewash stain. But can we first look at how beautiful this table is just on its own? Absolutely stunning. But we're just gonna add this whitewash just to make sure we get any orange out that might come through when we add our stain and our sealer, and just making it look so beautiful. Again, I think this would be a gorgeous look just to do by itself if that's what you were going for.
antique oak from General Finishes. It's a gorgeous color. Now the only problem is I tried using a foam brush this time around. Normally I use rags, but I only had one left, and unfortunately it did leave a little bit of streaking, which I don't love, and if this was my own table I would go back over it and redo it, but my sister loved it and she said it was beautiful and it was fine, so we left it. But keep that in mind, it was also 100 degrees in Texas, and so it was drying a lot faster than I've ever had it dry before, and so that was also part of the problem. But overall it looks really beautiful and we're okay with it. So you're probably noticing there are more voiceovers in this video than normal for my makeovers, and that's just because my sister, who is crazy, she has a toddler who is 2, and I was just working around everybody, and I just felt it was easiest not to have to quiet everyone and just kind of go with the flow and have this happen. Again, we were on a limited time frame, so we just went with what we could, and now you guys get to hear more of my voice. But anyways, we went in and tried to see if this shelf would work, and unfortunately it ends up being too big for the space, but that's okay because, you know, she already had it. We just wanted to see how it would look, and it didn't work out, and sometimes that happens. So we ended up switching back to the smaller little side table and the shelves, and we also put those curtains in, which just makes the room feel so much more cozy. It's amazing what some texture can do. Everything in this room was either thrifted or found on Facebook Marketplace, and these shelves are no different. She actually found someone local who makes the shelves according to whatever size you want, and then we just stain them the same as the table with the whitewash and then the oak. We screwed them into the studs, and here we're just using our handy dandy broom to help us level out these shelves. So my sister found some really great inspiration on Pinterest of just almost overcrowded shelves with picture frames that had beautiful prints in them, and so she wanted that idea here. So she'd been thrifting some frames for a little bit, and I gave her a chance to kind of style it how she wanted to, but she couldn't figure it out, so then I jumped in, and what you're going to see coming up is that she didn't have the prints for them because she didn't know what picture frame she was going to use, and also because they're thrifted, when you take the matting out of some, or some of them are square, they can be different shapes and sizes. And so she doesn't end up ordering the prints because, again, this was such a quick turnaround. But now that she's chosen her frames, she knows what size prints to order, so she's going to order those and then put them in there. My sister and I had such a great weekend together, and I'm truly glad that she kept this project for me so that we could do it together, and she allowed me to film it for you guys. So although it was short, simple, and sweet, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I think it's just a great way to show you guys how you can take a space that is bare and empty and lackluster and quickly and easily and affordably transform it into something that is cozy and sweet and loving. And I think you can see this here. Using items we thrifted over the weekend, some inexpensive curtains, thrifted frames, and the beautiful table that we were able to transform, we completely changed the space and made it so much more cozy. And as my sister kept saying all weekend, this room is a vibe. I hope you guys enjoyed this sweet makeover. Make sure you are following along Heart and Home Crew to see more. I've got lots more coming your way. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'd love to know in the comments down below what your favorite part of this sweet dining room makeover is. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next Sunday at 2 p.m. Bye guys.